So yesterday afternoon, quite a momentous announcement by Premier Ford as he announced the beginning of phase two of the reopening of Ontario. And it's all rather exciting, but not here because unfortunately, those of us in Norfolk, we won't be entering that phase two. Certainly not for a little while anyway. There are still some serious outbreaks that need to be taken care of before we're ready for that. So that's somewhat disappointing. Now, in some ways, it doesn't so much touch us here at St. Paul's because we had already decided that we were going to have a summer Sabbath. And it's not that we don't want to be open. We certainly do. But we don't want to be caught in the now we're open, now we're not, now we're open, now we're not. Because we know that the rules are certainly going to fluctuate over the summertime. And it's not that the medical professionals are necessarily getting things wrong, but what we'll see over the coming months is rules will be relaxed, and then depending on our infection rates, whether they go up or down, rules will be further relaxed or they'll be tightened up. So we can certainly expect that gatherings, will be allowed 30% capacity, and then 40, and then maybe down to 30, and then maybe up to 50. We're going to be doing all these course corrections throughout the entire summer. And that's okay. That's expected. But because of the size of our congregation, we determined that we wanted to just kind of bypass that and that we would instead choose to reopen once the situation is a little bit more stable. We want to make sure that we're not posing any kind of a threat to our own members or to the wider community. We certainly don't want to be any kind of source of outbreak or grief for others. And we want to make sure that when we do open, that we're really well prepared and ready. We've got all the hand sanitizers, everything that we need, and social distancing protocols, and figuring out how we're going to do our choir and all these things. So there's a lot to do this well. So we're taking the summer off. So in some ways, this not being fully included in the new phase two isn't going to affect our congregation as a worshiping congregation. Yet at the same time, certainly myself, and I'm sure many of you are still disappointed that we're not participating fully in this reopening. So what that means for many of you is that you're going to be dealing with shaggy hair for another few weeks. Me, not so much. I'm getting pretty good at the clippers, the home job, so I'm okay. I may never pay for another haircut again. Who knows? So the haircuts don't bother me, but one thing that I am kind of looking forward to as we reopen is going to be the availability of restrooms. So something that my family and I do a little more often these days are small road trips. Now, the destination is not so much important. We'll hit a drive-through and get a Whopper or a shawarma or something like that. But it's more just the call of the sunny days and long highways and, just cruising. When we're out in the car, there's no TV or email or Facebook or any of those interruptions. We're actually together. We just talk and we hang out. So we're quite enjoying doing this, but the problem is that we can't go any further than our bladders will allow. And I find that as I'm aging, that radius is kind of shrinking. I'm not actually able to make it all that far, not as far as I would like. Because, of course, we don't have the option now of stopping at a coffee shop or a fast food restaurant or a mall or something like that. So there are very few places that we're able to find relief out on the road. So I for one, will be very happy as restrooms become more available, and I'll find that I won't have to be speeding home, risking a highway accident, just trying to avoid a different sort of accident. But in the meantime, as we wait for this reopening to happen, we can savor the anticipation of what the relaxing of these rules is going to mean for us. And we can also sit back and have an opportunity to watch and to learn those communities that are a little bit further down the road than us, to see what happens there and learn more of what we have in store, what we have to go through ahead of us. And through it all, let's remember to rejoice in hope, to be patient, in tribulation, and to persevere in prayer.